All right, everybody, welcome to the Two Dudes Podcast. I'm Rick, that's Kevin. We are your hosts for this joyous ride today. Got a couple goodies that we want to get to with y'all. First things first, as always, I want to check in with the homie. Kev, what's good, man?
Man, it's been a hellacious week, and we only on Wednesday. Monday was kind of subdued. Tuesday, car wasn't working right. Had to put it in the shop. Put it in the shop this morning. Then got denied another gig when I felt like I had that some bitch. And then I get a call at 5:45 telling my car is ready and nothing's wrong with it. They couldn't find anything, and they close at 6. And my ride is like 20 minutes away from me to even get up there. So I don't get the car till tomorrow morning. But luckily, I got my homie's truck if I need to go anywhere. But I ain't going nowhere. But still, it's just, it's one of the weeks where you just be like, damn, just can I catch a break? Can I catch a break?
Man, I feel you. Speaking of catching the breaks, let's go ahead and hit up this first topic. All right, they say that they are getting close to a vaccination for COVID-19. So I know a lot of people that, you know, have either lost somebody or knew somebody that had it, or um, in a milder case, may have come down with it themselves. That's probably good news to them. But what I want to ask you is, A, do you think that it's a good thing right now to have a COVID vaccine? I'm sort of wondering myself because I wonder, are they coming out with this too fast? How did they get to this so fast when there's so many other things that they still can't cure, i.e., the common cold or cancer? And me personally, I probably would not take the COVID vaccine. And there's a couple reasons why. I mean, I don't do the flu vaccine because I feel like if I'm going to get the flu, I'm going to get over it naturally. I want my body to respond as best as possible without medications at first before I resort to medications. Now, I understand that other people in different situations may not be able to do that, but that's just me. What's your take on that?
Well, the way I see it, remember they said when all this started that this was in books written years ago that this was going to happen. And after the second run through, which we on right now, it was going to happen. It's supposed to just disappear and not reappear again for 10 years. So this vaccination doesn't surprise me because it's going along with what everybody was screaming. Just it wasn't mentioned as a vaccination that made it go away. This just may be something that's a part of it. A lot of things they got cures for in some regards, but it takes time. It's not an expedited cure.
Yeah.
And as far as this, it hit so hard so fast, it jumped the food chain of importance to where all monies, all facilities, labs, however you want to put it, this became their focus because this became an issue across the board all at once. It wasn't migrate here, migrate there. It just like you took a paintbrush and just hit the whole wall with one stroke, which in some regards is like, God damn, that's impressive. But at the same time, also, it's just like, God damn, enough's enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's one of the things, take it how you want, just kind of is whatever, however you feel, wherever you feel. But I don't see anything wrong if they got a vaccination. But me, me and you both come from that world. You not both know it ain't going to market immediately. So you could have a vaccination today, being September 2nd, but it may not hit the market till January.
Right.
Or if it comes out that following year. That shit could be dogpiled because they done found something else to make it faster to where we might not see it for a year or two. So just because they got something going right now really don't mean shit. It's actually just a blessing and a luck that they're focused on it right now. That's all it, outside that, it ain't nothing.
Yeah, you're right. Especially when it comes to what is it? So many trials, so many clinical trials that it's got to go through, test subjects. Woo, yeah. I remember those days working at the Q.
Can I just say 1 second?
Yeah.
Uh Quintiles, PRA, Vincent Associates, United Biosource, Cerner, all the hospitals. I've applied at all your developmental setups. Give me a call. I've got over 5 years of experience. Give me a call. I'm not asking for an arm and a leg to get paid. Well, maybe a leg and part of a finger, but still, I'm not asking for it all. At least not all at once. I just want some socks and drawers that I can afford to get. But just give me a call. I'm sitting at home, bored, watching Cobra Kai. Just get me out of this rut and just and I'm experienced with y'all, so I don't have to hear you're good, but we need more experience for entry level. That's the dumbest shit I've heard today. So please, just give me a call. I'm here and waiting. Hey, I'll take a little pay cut. I'm here. I'm waiting. Just give me a call. Just call me. Okay, I just had to get that out there.
No problem. This public service announcement brought to you by Kevin Manning.
Okay, just give me a call.
Okay, on our second topic, all right, several days ago we lost Chadwick Boseman, aka Black Panther, and it came as a shock to everybody. One, because he was so young. Two, because nobody knew he was sick.
And
And
I'm proud of that. I'm proud that nobody knew.
yeah, because you didn't have that. I won't say, for lack of a better word, campaigning. Oh, I've got this. I'll make it through. Whatever. He handled his quietly and discreetly, and whether he would have beat it or not, I don't think anybody would have ever known if it didn't come out. And the thing is, I bring him up because yes, one of his best films was Black Panther. One of the best films that came out that year. They were getting ready to do a sequel. I believe it films in 2021. It's supposed to come out early 2022. My question to you is, which way does Marvel go on this? Out of respect for him, do they give it to Letitia Wright, who played his sister Shuri, just like in the comic books? She assumes the role of Black Panther. Do they recast? Do they go the Star Wars route when Carrie Fisher died and use old footage for him, or a digital alteration? What would you do if you were in that position? What do you think Marvel would do?
Well, first thing we know, they ain't gonna do it like Fast and Furious because he ain't got no twin brother to look like him. So we ain't got to worry about that. So that's a relief right there. Second, I called and told Marvel I wasn't interested because I didn't want to mess up the legacy, and I'm just not black enough for Black Panther. Now, if they'd have had like Yellow Panther or light brown Panther, a butterscotch, I'd have been. That sounded gay. I'd have been on that though. I'd have gladly did that. But I told him Black Panther, I'm gonna let the dark skinned niggas have that one. But what I've been reading, I've seen consistently, they're gonna get back on track with the comic book, and somehow they're gonna write him off to where he probably gets killed in glory or something. They couldn't get none of that hot biscuits tea or whatever to him to heal himself. So more than likely, what I saw, they're gonna hitch their wagon to the sister. The sister who was supposed to be the first Black Panther is gonna take over and be Black Panther. Which, I could see that happening, all this girl power movement and all that shit or whatever, because they're about to push hard. What's the white chick? Who was her character? The Supernova girl. What was she in all these movies?
Are you talking about Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I'm about to say Captain Planet. Yeah, Captain Marvel. So they're about to push them too hard because they got to kill Wonder Woman, which they're putting a big push behind Wonder Woman as either coming out this year or early next year.
Oh,
So,
Marvel's already got their Wonder Woman killer. That's Black Widow.
But I'm just saying, they about to just, push this female movement that much harder with superheroes, and they're about to kill the competition, is what I'm saying.
Well, on a side note, though, I've been reading lately that the new powers that be at Disney are getting really sick of the studios pushing the agenda, so to speak, of
Oh,
trying to purposely force feed us all
the
this
gay
kind of
shit.
stuff. Well, that and the girl power things. They want
And
everything to flow naturally.
I apologize. That wasn't PC at all. The homosexuality scenes. They're trying to. I should have said it like that. Instead of saying that gay shit. That was just wrong. My
But
bad. Anybody took offense to that comment.
but yeah, we know what you meant. And
See, you see how frustrating this week has got me. So I'm worried about being PC right now. You ain't never taken with me, and I've been worried about being PC.
hey, this is a first, everybody. So
Yeah,
y'all
I
might
need,
want to bookmark
I
this
need,
episode.
man, I need the week to get. I need to be like a Denzel movie, more better. I need
But
this to get better for me.
going back to the Black Panther thing, because I saw the look of surprise in your eyes. You didn't know that Carrie Fisher was digitally inserted in the last Star Wars movie?
I don't watch Star Wars, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because she passed away right before the second one came out.
no.
So for the third one, they were like, "Whoa, what do we do?" And
And then at the same time, I was trying to ask myself, is Carrie Fisher dead or alive? I didn't know, but I just had the. You made an egregious statement. I don't think, and people might come for me for this. Black Panther, hey, thumbs up. He was a dope superhero. He's better than Black Lightning on CW, which isn't bad, but he's better than Black Lightning. But at the same time, it was another just superhero movie. I remember him for what I learned when first when I seen of his, and that's James Brown. That's James Brown and died twice in my mind. That's how I look at it. Just hope they bury him quicker than they buried the first James Brown. That's how I look at it. I don't know where Maceo is, but y'all might want to check on. Maceo probably dead, ain't he?
yeah,
But
I'm
that
not
nigga hella
sure.
old.
I'm not sure on Maceo.
I have to look that up.
See, when I
But
think
no,
of
it's
Chadwick
just
Boseman, I think of the Jackie Robinson story.
well, I still need to watch that. When you told me it was on yesterday, I ended up watching something else instead. Oh, I think I ended up watching Black Panther instead.
Yeah. Me personally, I think that they should go the route of letting Letitia Wright just take over the role. And
Yeah.
the worst thing they should do is recast. And here's the reason why you don't want to recast. Fans will revolt no matter who it is. You can put Denzel in there. Fans will revolt. If there's one thing I can say about Marvel movies that DC can't get right, but Marvel always hits a home run, they
It's a
cast
casting.
the right person for the role. You could never replace Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. He is Tony Stark, period. You could never replace Chris Hemsworth as Thor. He's coming to his own in that role. Now, people will say, well, what about the guy that plays the Hulk? The guy that's played the Hulk in the Marvel movies lately, he's a perfect Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Edward Norton wouldn't have been bad, but what we got was much better. I like their casting choices.
Ed
So
Norton was cool, but Ed Norton, he's been a dick in too many movies to
yeah,
appreciate him as a superhero.
exactly. Well,
Because he was a real dick in Italian Job. Although a dope ass movie.
that was a dope movie though.
And for some reason, every time this came on lately, my black ass watches like I ain't never seen it before.
That's because you're looking at Charlize Theron.
Nah, she wasn't hot in that movie to me. She was all right. She was just another nigga in the movie. Because she's
Shit,
African, I can
what?
call her another nigga.
She was hotter than she's been lately. She getting kind of
Eh,
old, bro.
she a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
Her run's about to be over.
But see, the last time I saw her was on that Netflix movie, The Old Guard. So
She wasn't bad in that movie.
no, that movie
She
wasn't
wasn't
bad.
bad either, There was a lot of bloodshed in that movie. It kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I was watching Rambo or something, all the kill that was happening in that movie.
Well, that meets
That
my
kill
movie
count was high.
requirements. That meets my movie requirements. I got to have at least one of the following 5 things in a movie to make it successful: car chase, gunplay, hand-to-hand combat, spaceships, or comedy.
As y'all see, it don't take much to entertain Richard. That
No,
lets
it
you
does
know
not.
why that's why he's a Raiders fan, because he's simple. I
No.
need more complex storylines. I need a good, well-written script
Well,
to be able to
I
indulge
have
in
a
it.
complex storyline in the movie that I'm working on right now, so it should be out sooner rather than later. I hope. I'm piecing it together as best I can. I'm in the process of working on special effects for it. I don't know if you saw it on my IG page, or I think I put it
I
on
saw it.
Facebook too. That's just the opening few minutes. That is
Yeah,
it.
I saw it.
Um, I don't really want to put too much movie footage out there.
Yeah, hey, we ain't gonna talk about. We done talking about. The next subject. We ain't gonna talk. We
Nah,
gonna
I
when it
just
come out. It come out. We gonna take
okay.
an episode just to premiere when it come out.
Hey, we bet we do that. All right, let's go to our next topic. I want to jump on sports real quick for laughs. The mess that is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, hold on, hold on. Before we get to them, let's pause that. Did you look at the link I sent you
Which one? Because
with Kirk Cousins?
yes.
I want to talk about that first.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the mess that is the Minnesota Vikings, then the mess that is
Well,
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I wouldn't say the Vikings are a mess. I'm just saying, how the hell Kirk Cousins showed white privilege at his finest? Because I'm about to be belligerent on this one. If y'all got that jar, it's about to get some change in it. How the fuck do you say I may have tested positive for COVID-19, and if I do, I'll handle. Then say, like you, Tupac, if I die, I die. Don't worry about me if I die. When this motherfucker that just died from that shit, how do you? You're an ass. How do you say that shit and you don't bat an eye like that ain't offensive as fuck to people that are mourning loss of their loved one from this shit? If I was see Kirk Cousins tomorrow, hey, how I was saying in Harlem Nights came around the corner, boom, hit him off. Oh, I ain't right there with you, Mark. My bad. You just came around the corner on me. I would bomb on Kirk Cousins' ass coming around the corner, knowing it was him because of that whole shit. That was so fucking disrespectful. To where now I want him to get COVID. I want him to come back and play, get sacked, break his ankle, and be done for the season because of that ignorant ass shit he said. And I don't even know anybody that's died from COVID. I just had a punk ass coworker that had it. That's it. But for him to do that whole shit like that was hella fucking disrespectful.
But was
There's
it
nothing to
though,
justify
or
that.
was it taken out of context? Because I believe he just meant it from a gladiator mentality. I'm doing everything I can to win the Super Bowl this year. If I get COVID,
Them
I'm still.
motherfuckers ain't winning no Super Bowl.
That's true, but I'm
They can win the
his
microwave
mindset.
bowl if anything. They ain't
His
winning no Super
mindset.
Bowl.
I'm talking about his mindset though.
Nah, fuck that. You don't when this motherfucker's killed tens of thousands of people. We got over 1 million people that's been infected and sick by that shit. Kansas and Missouri alone got 60,000 plus combined. You don't play like that. You don't joke like that. When a motherfucker next door to your punk ass might have lost somebody to that. Hospitals are still overflowing. You know, I work at one on the weekend. If I go to St. Luke's right now, I can only enter that bitch through the ER. I can't enter it no other way, and I gotta have a pass to enter it. Otherwise, I can't get in there. But you just, if I die, I die. If I die, I die. You sound so fucking ignorant whether you playing or not. It's not like they ask you if you gonna defend your Super Bowl title like when Tyreek was playing around. You talking about fucking lives that have been lost. That some people say it's government shit making it happen or whatever. Regardless, motherfuckers have had to have funerals to where it's only been 5 people there, but because of this pandemic, everybody can't go. My brother from another mother, Dan, lost his grandfather, and the funeral had to be small because of the pandemic. You know that hurt motherfuckers that they couldn't give somebody a proper send off, and he gonna do this if I die, I die shit. He deserved his ass whooped. His motherfucking right tackle should mistakenly slide on some shit or whatever and let his ass get fucking blasted. Kirk Cousins has made my list with Jeff Fisher. Nice to support Kirk Cousins, but now I'm like, fuck him and fuck that bullshit ass state.
Well, there's a
All right, I'm
reason
done.
why Stephon Diggs is not there anymore.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You couldn't hit a nigga in your face telling you to throw the ball. Throw the ball, pussy. That's what you paid to do. That's why they gave you a 3-year, $90 million contract guaranteed to throw the fucking ball. Your best receiver, your only deep threat, telling you who's averaging 30 yards a catch, throw the ball, but you scared to throw the ball. But you want to throw 2 little white boys to get 5-yard catches so they can get paid. Man, if you don't take your Wes Welker loving ass on and throw the fucking ball, man, like I said.
Well, remember though, it is Kirk Cousins. It's not like he's Derek Carr or anything. All right,
Yeah.
so
Kirk
about the
Cousins is my dumbass of the week. And I ended with saying, fuck him, fuck the Vikings, and fuck anything else he said around COVID. I hope he gets a rash behind this shit too.
all right, that's officially 3 fucks for ending that segment. So we're gonna
Yeah.
add to the jar. And
Well, you've been cussing over Storm. That jar kind of thick.
yeah, I gotta cut back, don't I? Now back to these Jaguars. Or should I say East Coast Redskins? Because
I call
it's
them the
about like
Titanic.
that. Yeah, because they're sinking fast.
Man.
They inexplicably released Leonard Fournette, first of all. Didn't even bother to see, hey, can we get a trade for him? They outright released him.
They claim they tried.
Okay.
They claim they tried to get a trade.
Let me show you
but
something.
would nobody
let me show you
offer at least a 5th round pick?
Let me show you something. Where's that phone at? Hello, Pizza Hut? Yeah, can I get a Big Mac? Oh, you don't have Big Macs. Okay, I tried. That's what they did.
So what you telling me is the GM picked up the phone and called the Miami Heat and said, "What you gonna give me for Leonard Fournette?" And the Miami Heat said, "We in the bubble, bitch. Nothing." That's what you telling me.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. That's exactly
shit.
what I'm telling you, because they clearly, you know how some teams don't have a plan? They clearly have a plan. They are trying to get the 1st round draft pick, and they are trying before the season starts.
Yep. They want the 1st round pick, and like you said, they trying to relocate. They want out of Florida.
If I'm Leonard Fournette, I try like hell to get onto a team that's in that same division so you can see them twice a year. Hurt them. Hurt them bad.
Them. Go to a team that wants you and go sign you. Just don't come to Kansas City because they think we printing money as it is.
Well, apparently y'all are, because y'all went from $17 in Brett Veach's pocket to being able to sign everybody. And y'all was just like, hey, Patrick, here you go. You can have $400 million and a piece of the Royals. Now you tell me, if I find out anywhere down the line that there's been any kind of infractions from the Kansas City Chiefs over the salary cap, we gonna play back this episode. Don't think there have been, but that's some damn good salary cap management right there. I've never seen salary cap management that good, if that's the case.
It's not our fault that our time has came to where we could roll the dice like we're playing Monopoly and we could get past go and collect 200. Don't be mad at us for that. It's not our fault that we had a team that works it out to where they finally was like, all right, boom. Every so often, contracts fall in favor of teams. We've seen it with New England. We've seen it with the Cowboys back in the day. We've seen it with Buffalo at the same time as the Cowboys. We just haven't seen it this well to where there's no friction and somebody get their ass kicked out. Because your boy, Sammy 4-Game Watkins, started all this. Yes, we had about $7 in quarters and we was at the laundromat and didn't have enough to finish the wash. Sammy came in with a restructured deal and a Brinks truck pulled up and we had money to play with. You see what everybody's forgetting, these contracts aren't starting yet. They done sold motherfuckers on the future. Now there may be some number crunching and some things may change in some regards, but I say 90% of the contract is solid to where it's not going nowhere. Because Andy got a 6-year extension, Beach has got a 6-year extension, but they shit is separate from the salary cap. But all them players, they shit don't start for another 2-3 years.
And see, so I will say this. I will say this for the Chiefs. This is where they have the advantage over other teams. Like you said, they sell in the future, if you're a Super Bowl champ, it's easy to sell the future to the rest of the team because they done been to the mountaintop. All these other teams, like we'll just throw one out there, for example, the Cleveland Browns. How do you sell any of them jokers the future when they can't even get out of their own way?
Well, shit, you tell them don't nobody want them. Yeah, that does that. Honestly, even if we hadn't won the Super Bowl, it still would have happened like this because this Chiefs team, and I've said it, you heard me say it several times, is just like the Royals team. To where the coach has them so intertwined with each other, all they see is family. Like Travis Kelce posted a picture yesterday, him, Eric Fisher, and I want to say our fullback or whatever, I think that's who it was, but he was like, been with them the past 4 years. We started here together. We got a ring. We going to get some more together. These are my brothers for life. Everybody, the way because like a lot of people was mad that we couldn't have a Super Bowl party for the rings yesterday. I don't think we needed one. The way they celebrated together, you saw that brotherhood within them to where it just would have been interrupted if fans would have been there.
Yeah,
That
because
was a beautiful.
I don't need more fans falling out of trees. Just let them have their rings and be done with it.
Hey, that's that dumbass fault. A lot of them was together and just all of them was together celebrating. It was such a beautiful thing to where I was just like, I feel like T.O. when he was like, that's my quarterback. I was like, that's my team. That's my team right there. That's how I felt because it was so genuine, wasn't nothing fake. And I think that's what's hard for everybody to swallow is there's no hatred anywhere. Because, Andy got labeled as he lost control of Philly when he got fired or whatever. Did he really lose control of Philly? Or was the owner finally able to get rid of Andy? Because I don't think Andy was ever the owner's guy, but he was so loved, you couldn't do anything. Because if you notice, the GM slowly but surely started getting rid of Andy's guys to where Andy got Mike Vick, Vincent Young, just like those weren't Andy type players. Vic maybe, but I don't know why BY was there. He ain't got his type of running back there, but they steadily was getting rid of players and bringing in players on Andy to where, you gonna lose control if it's not your guys. And I think that's what happened to Andy in Philly. And people forgot Andy had Philly on lock for a decade to where everybody loved him. So when he come here, straightforward to the point, point blank. And he ain't had no issues. And that's how little knucklehead type shit. But ain't been nothing major, wasn't nothing major in Philly. So the way they bind into the system, the way they doing everything, it don't surprise me. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Now, my question to you, since you're in your little dark ass room with your little Raider shit and everything, how that ring taste yesterday? How that ring feel to you?
Like I told you from the moment they won the Super Bowl, I'll give the team their props. And like I told you a couple days ago, if that ring was trash, you would hear about it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It is not trash. It is not trash.
What did you say though yesterday?
I said it looked damn good.
Yeah. No. Let's go to the beginning. You said I can't front. I want to hate, but I can't hate on that ring.
No,
so I just want
exactly.
To put that out there.
I cannot hate on the ring. Every team aspires to get to the Super Bowl. Every team aspires to get there, and when you do, you got to come strong with the bling. I was just hoping that it didn't look like y'all's 1907 or whenever y'all last won the Super Bowl ring, where it was just a little.
The ring back then was trash. I ain't even go front.
No, they wouldn't, because them Raider rings still look good. We wasn't scared to put diamonds in them.
Y'all didn't win y'all's in the 60 though, so it's gonna look better.
69. You was 1 year removed from us.
Yeah, whatever. But I look at it like this: whoever designed it did a beautiful ass job. I give them credit. That gold to silver combo was beautiful, and what I love about it is we still was fucking petty. We was petty at the same fucking time.
Yes, if you look inside that ring, it's got all 3 playoff and Super Bowl comeback wins.
It's not even that. There's more to the pettiness.
Hey, we spotted you this much points, and we beat you by this amount.
Yeah. But then you go around the ring, you see they said there's a ruby for every AFC division that we won under Andy. They got a red ruby on the sides for all that.
Yeah.
Then you look, remember the whole who's the loudest stadium, and we shut up Seattle. What do you see in the
142
corner?
decibels.
Yeah, you see the little arrowhead, you see that 142.2 taking a shot at Seattle. So it's like, I love how petty they was with the ring, but at the same time, they did it in a classy way. Then you got the player's signature on there. Just let them know, yeah, I signed off on that ass whooping. I helped with that or whatever. It was a beautiful thing. Definitely. I want to know what the final tag was. I think they said it was like 266 diamonds, 64 rubies, and just a sickening amount of just shit that got used or whatever. And I like the fact they acknowledged 69 to 19 or whatever. They put that on there. Hey, we ain't ashamed of it. Yeah, some motherfuckers gonna be like, just say first one. But like looking at the past, I think it was Fox Sports that put up the past 6 rings. Ours looked better than 4 out of the 5. New England's last one, I kind of like it because it was the oval shaped or whatever. It was a little different, but at the same time, they put so many diamonds when they came back on Atlanta's punk ass. It looked a little gaudy. But all in all, though, Johnston's did a great job. Motherfuckers almost made me want to order a high school ring. Be like, hey, I never got my class ring. Let me go ahead and get that.
So you gonna order a ring and make it say, can you make it look just like the Chiefs ring?
Nah, the way they did the ring, I just feel like I need to order my high school ring that I never got just cause.
No need, because I guarantee you there will be replicas of that ring out shortly.
Oh, it's already. So you can get the real deal replica. My uncle told me this morning. I think it was like $4.99, $7.99, and $1,200. I think it was. Just for if you want the real replicas, but if you want the shit that you gonna find in stores, like I saw motherfuckers. It's gonna sound wrong. Saw a lot of Mexicans wearing the Royals ring or whatever. That's gonna be like $50, $60. I know motherfuckers gonna get that like there's no tomorrow. If I had a man cave to have memorabilia like that, I would get a replica just to put it in there, just to have it in there for memorabilia or whatever. But yeah, the ring, the case, the box, the whole setup, I get them props for that. They show love on that. It was I made sure you saw it all. I made sure all the links went to you.
Yeah, I know what you mean about having a man cave with memorabilia. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it looked like trash to me, but okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, haters.
Last time I saw that much trash with your team on Sunday. That's a whole other story.
What are you gonna do if we actually beat y'all this year?
If y'all beat us this year, I will be so humble. That pie will be ever so sweet. Hopefully it'll be apple. For the humbleness I will show.
That's good, because we are about due for you and Sean to hold up another newspaper.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I know you itching to get a W on us, and I want you to get a W on us.
Yeah, because if you think about it, we haven't had a W on y'all since 2017. No, it would have been 2016, because the last time we played was 2019, and that was that Thursday night game. That's what we need. We need more primetime games with our throwback jerseys. If they can give us that.
I still protest that game because y'all tight end got away with pass interference.
There were so many penalties at the last 5 minutes of that game. It's hard to keep count.
But that pass interference was so blatant because that motherfucker's so tall. You literally saw him stretch his arms out. I was like, oh, okay, we gonna call that. When that didn't get called and he strung on his way into the end zone, they said touchdown. I was like, oh, okay, so that's how we doing it? Then the ref ran off the field, little bitches. All right, what's next topic?
Don't lie, that was a good game. All right, one more thing with the football before we go. The league has mandated the sound, being able to pipe in the sound for the games. Do you think that hurts some teams at all? Because there's certain rules and there's certain restrictions on what you can have. And when I say helping other teams, I say that because I believe there's 16 teams that won't have any fans, but then there's some teams that are undecided and some teams that will. Will it make it louder with fans that maybe bring in anywhere between 15 and 20,000 people? Will it make a difference? I'm going to say, depending on what the mandate is, it probably won't make a difference, but who knows? We won't know until
It's
they
gonna
start.
it's gonna make a difference because it's gonna elevate everything. And football, unlike basketball, has to have noise. The bubble, watching NBA games, it ain't phase me once ain't no fans there. But football, the players feed off of that. They need that. They can't focus, in my opinion, when it's quiet. Unless they tell the crowd, they do their usual, they tell them shut the hell up. Otherwise, they need and they feel off of that noise and that vibe or whatever. Because you go to a game, so much people don't realize how many breaks are actually going on that you don't see televised and all the music and shit you hear. So it's like a football game in some regards is like a giant ass party. They just got a game going on in between. So like they feed off of it, they need it. I can't see them going without it. I really can't.
Something else that I'm thinking about on the offensive side of the ball, the last time I really seen it was when Peyton Manning was still the quarterback, whether it be Indianapolis or Denver. Do you realize how quiet it is in them stadiums when he's
Mm-hmm.
under center? That's
But that right there is why Peyton to me is the GOAT over any quarterback outside of Montana, because name another quarterback that could demand that silence in other people's fucking arena would make it so bad.
exactly.
This
So,
motherfucker on the road got motherfuckers shutting up because they want to see greatness at work. Even them loud, belligerent, drunk motherfuckers at Arrowhead would get quiet for his ass.
oh yeah, I remember the game with the Chiefs where there was no punts.
That Indianapolis game, every time I think of that game, I got a heart attack because they just kept going back and forth with each other. That was one of the greatest playoff games ever.
Well, you
With
knew
a
whoever
horrible
had the
ass.
ball last was gonna win.
Yeah, you knew that. You had to be dumb not to know that.
All right, so I want to jump off here. This is just for shits and giggles because this is something I read to you yesterday. McDonald's is being sued for $1 billion by 52 black ex-franchisees owners due to racial discrimination. They said that they were put in situations that prohibited, it made them fail. They were put in, they put their little stores or restaurants, excuse me, in areas that could not prosper. Do you think that these cats are going to get this money? And keep in mind, McDonald's $1 billion is like pocket lint for them.
I don't think so because the simple fact you got to prove that you couldn't make it. It's too much stuff they got to prove that McDonald's ain't got to prove shit. Because at the end of the day, you agreed to that location. I'm hoping you had a team that went and looked at the location before you agreed to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But still, you sign papers like, okay, all right. So that is your dumbass fault. You shouldn't have agreed to anything if you didn't like the location. Cause I'm pretty sure before they had the franchise built, whatever they had to do, they told you where it was going to be. That's like McDonald's looking at me and say, hey, Kevin, we about to give you a McDonald's, and we going to put you on 32nd and Prospect. I was like, I'll pass. Thank you. But I didn't want to run a McDonald's that bad. I'm going to go ahead and go over here and run this Wendy's on 65th and Prospect, and I'm good. I have no sympathy for them because you got to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt they set you up for failure, which is going to be easier said than done.
Yeah, I think that this is going to cost them more than they're going to win.
I don't think there's no way they can win it. They would hope McDonald's just want to settle and just throw some change their way. But if I was McDonald's, I wouldn't throw them anything. I'd be like, we taking this to court.
Okay, so
Bleed
bro,
their ass dry.
next topic here. we touched on this yesterday. You didn't think that I was going to add this to the topic list, and I don't know why. Versus has been solid since they started it, and we had a really good one last week. You know, Brandy versus Monica,
Yeah, this past
and
Monday.
yeah, this past Monday. Excuse me. Uh, in your opinion, which one won? And tell me how Versus is so much better now than, oh, what else did they have Monday? The MTV Video Music Awards, which I didn't even know until the next day that they still have that, because MTV don't even show videos no more. MTV is a shit show right now.
In their defense, their music awards came on Sunday, so it was a different day. But you know, they
That's
re-aired
worse
this shit
then.
on them.
That's not in their
They
defense. That's worse. That means I didn't know about it until 2 days after.
they re-aired the shit on several different channels that Viacom owns. None of these award shows are really about watching anymore. All the big name celebrities don't go to them no more. So like they just there for shits and giggles because they've been doing them. They feel they got to keep doing them. So it's really those are like a mute point. So I'm really not surprised that the verses had more people. Now here's the thing with verses. Um, in the beginning it was solid, but then it got a little crappy audio wise because you know your people don't want to follow directions. So I'm glad that Swiss Beats and Timberland put their foot down and they told people what they need to use, and they've been involved to where since Teddy Riley and Babyface had to do a redo, I want to say they've been at every location since then to make sure one of them has been there to make sure everything works properly. There hasn't been any issue. And they're on fire right now. You know, the Jill Scott, Erykah Badu set records. Snoop and DMX set records. And now they came with Brandy and Monica. Took a dude 4 months to get Monica to greenlight because she didn't want to do it because she'd been tired of being put against Brandy. Took them 4 months to get her to be like, okay, I'll do it. Since they did it, they said they averaged between Apple TV, IG, and all the other formats you can watch it, roughly 6 million people watch those 3 hours. That's a lot of damn people. And let's not
Yes.
count people that had watch parties for this, because that was my childhood. That was basically the 90s in a nutshell, those two. They was always dropping music, going at each other or whatever, or not competing, but getting pinned against each other. So that was me in high school right there. That was high school. That was, I say, like 7th grade in the middle school, high school, and part of college me, all right there in that whole situation. As far as the 90s music they were playing majority of the time. And it was a good one. Like I said, 6 million people watched it. You look on iTunes, R&B, and I forgot what other genre music they put it in. Brandy and Monica out of the top 40, they had 25 of the 40 singles that was heavily streamed after Versus. Then you go to the top 20 R&B albums. I think they had over half those albums being to where Brandy's album now is number 1 in on iTunes right now being streamed. So that through the roof, just sent them through the roof to where you can't deny the power of the show. Now, word has it. You know, I'm crossing my fingers on this one. The next one is gonna be so big, they gonna need to just put Versus down and walk away for a month or two. They trying to pull off a triple header to where Group I Love put out a bomb CD about 3 years ago, but can't get their shit together to record together again. TGT, Tank, Genuine, and Tyrese are gonna go head up with each other. If they can make that happen, that is gonna be bananas. Granted, it's mainly gonna be for the females, but you know me,
Yeah.
I'm an appreciator of music, so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be there just for the music and the scragglers that get kicked out the party.
That's all you, bro. That's
Yeah,
all
you know,
you.
like I said, I'll be there for the scragglers.
And I don't have anything against male singers. I don't, but yeah, that one doesn't really amuse me. When you said it's gonna be too big, I thought you was gonna throw out some really big names.
Nah, it just seems like it's gonna be a triple, whatever. Because as much as you want to see Mariah and Mary, it's probably not gonna happen. or somebody said Rihanna and Beyonce. It's not gonna happen.
What do you think
They're
about
gonna,
what do you think about Boys to Men New Edition?
but that's the thing, though. Boys and Men is more Jodeci than New Edition. New Edition, honestly, would be in a section by themselves. It'd be like New Edition versus motherfucking NSYNC or something, just because they stole their shit. But New Edition actually is in a lane by themselves, so it'd be more Boys to Men versus Jodeci, and Jodeci would mop the floor with them sorry ass dudes, hands down,
What?
easily. Yeah, hey,
No, bro. No, bro.
y'all don't understand the power of Jodeci. Jodeci would kill Boys to Men with one arm tied behind their back. Easily. They will win it probably like 13-5 or something.
Okay, I want to just take a second. Shameless self-promotion for us. Everybody that's listening to this, send us an email. Who do you think would win? Jodeci or Boys to Men? Drop us a line at the two dudes podcast at yahoo.com. That's THE, the number 2, dudes podcast at yahoo.com. Let us know who you think would win that. And let us know who you'd like to see in a versus, because Kevin got a little pull, so he might be able to get that going for her.
Man, y'all, if I ever get to go to one, like the last one with 2 Chainz and Rick Ross. 2 Chainz brought strippers to the verses. 2 Chainz got a bunch of stripper anthems, so he said, I'm about to bring some strippers to the verse. And he was throwing dollar bills for the hoes. He had stacks on stacks of dollar bills for the strippers. Then Rose was like, oh, this how we doing it? Hey, come here. Go ahead and give me a massage while I spit these verses. In the middle of rapping, he getting a massage from a stripper, getting oiled up and everything. I was like, is this versus of uncut porn? What is going on right now? I was like, Mama, hide the kids. This shit just got dirty.
Hey,
Shit was crazy.
anything can happen.
Now, I will say, though, before them, it was Snoop and DMX. DMX was funny as shit. I could tell he's clean because he was getting winded like a motherfucker when he was performing this song, but DMX still got that fire. To where I'm not a big church person, but if DMX had a church, I'd go. Because he said a prayer beforehand, that prayer hit so hard, I'd have ran through a wall for DMX after that prayer. It's just like it's just something about him to where he grabs you when he start preaching. You can't deny it. That's when you can understand him the most to begin with, but it be powerful as hell. Now I will say between the Brandy and Monica and Snoop and DMX, I thought Snoop won, I thought Monica won. According to Billboard, I was wrong on both of them. Because Billboard the next day actually does give you a breakdown of who they think won, tied, and all that type stuff or whatever. But I think they bias on shit like that anyway.
Could be. Okay. I got one more topic. So I'm gonna throw it back to sports, but it's not our good old faithful the NFL. I'm just talking about high school and college sports because we got to talking yesterday when it comes to money in sports, particularly due to the COVID era. It seems like the volleyball team will not play this year due to COVID-19 in most areas. Yet that same school is pushing forward with the football program. Um, do you think that's right or do you think that's wrong? And I
Let me
know that football brings in the money.
let me give a little clarity for everybody. Basically, what Richard's talking about is my kids go to their in Center School District. Center's volleyball team had gotten started. I didn't realize they were even doing anything. They had an outbreak. They shut the school down. Nobody in the school anymore in the high school. And they decided to suspend volleyball until the fall semester or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they're suspended. Football team keeps rolling. I guess they're saying because they practice outside, they play outside. But I'm like, but when you come back, the locker room's on the inside. You ain't changed inside the stadium. So I'm like, it makes you wonder, do you need to watch these districts to see what they're doing? Because you're losing money in certain aspects because the school year isn't a typical school year. So you're gonna want to cut how you lose money in other places.
Right.
And the easiest way to cut is to get rid of some things. And I'm not trying to be bogus, but women's sports, especially come volleyball, you can easily just roll that shit to the side. So it's gonna be interesting what these districts do. Because like right now we got basketball coming up in what, about 2 months, 2.5 months. That's gonna have a lot of people. And you're gonna have to really regulate the crowd on that. But can you really regulate the crowd? Especially if you got a team that could possibly go for state. Our men's and women's team for Center High School, excuse me, they was top notch. So they're gonna have a crowd this year, like last year. Are you gonna be able to regulate that?
That's
So it's
gonna be
like,
tough.
yeah, you kind of gotta know pandemic go hit. Are you gonna regulate and say, hey, we need to suspend till fall, or are you gonna let that shit ride? We go see if it's all about the heart or if it's about the dime. I think it's about the dime, fuck the heart. So we go see what happens.
True. All right, listen up. That's all I got for today. Do you got anything you want to go out with, Kev?
Um, all I will say, this past week has been rough. Sometimes it's hard staying faithful. It's hard keeping the faith. It's hard being about the faith. But somehow you got to find ways to stay within the faith. You can read all the books in the world and about mastering this, mastering that, and believe in yourself, all this, that, and the third. But really, a lot of that don't mean shit. Them books really don't mean shit. They really ain't doing shit. A lot of stuff is within you more than it is anything else. And me personally, I'm a type of person, some people say you shouldn't talk about ill things or when you feel a certain way about stuff. Fuck that. I say let it out versus keep it in. I'm the type of person, I like to vent, talk, discuss, break shit down. I got my degree in political science. We debate, we discuss everything. That's what we do. That's how I'm put together, that's how I'm built. So me personally, I say to anybody who's struggling or whatever, let that shit out. Talk that shit out. Don't keep that shit bottled in. Because that's when you end up calling a suicide prevention line or shit like that because you so bottled up, you don't know what to do. I was frustrated in the motherfucker. I'm still frustrated. Cause I thought I had that fucking gig. But hey, I didn't get it. Maybe the next one will be mine. I keep getting closer. I done went from over the phone now, over the phone and a Skype interview. So I'm getting closer. I'm almost there. Just got to get there. But I tell anybody that's going through anything, if you got you a good set of friends or whatever, they should let you vent. If they don't, get you some more. Like, I'm blessed to have Richard as a brother. We've been knowing each other since, what's it been, about 10 years now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And
actually been over 10 years because Darian just turned 10
that's
last week.
right. That's right. So we about, what, 11, 12?
Yep.
Somewhere in there. And since day one, Richard's been a brother to him. And it was so much to where my first 2 weeks is at the gig, we leave and he pull up. You ain't quitting yet, are you? Oh, no, I'm good. He would do that shit for like 3 weeks straight because he was the only fucking guy there. And he just wanted to make sure I was good. Didn't have to, he chose to. And throughout this ordeal, he's been my rock, my home, my partner, my brother, everything I need all in one, educate me on things he went through years before me that I'm going through now. And it's been a big testament. You got to have somebody like that in your corner. Everybody can't be that. My circle is very small who I talk to, and I keep it small. It's like a fat nigga with a small, that's a 50 waist, but he got a 46 belt. I keep that shit tight. I ain't trying to loosen it up at all because not everybody's meant to know your world and be in your world at that capacity. So I'm only on this because I saw people posting on Facebook about suicide, this, that, and the third. And, sadly, with this shit going on, nobody's in their correct mind space because no one's left their house. When people are doing what they're supposed to do, haven't really done anything. Everybody is literally Ain't it ironic? R. Kelly put out "Trapped in the Closet," and we're all trapped in our houses. Just ain't that fucking ironic? It's just like, granted, ain't as crazy as "Trapped in the Closet" was, but we all been trapped inside our houses. What made us trapped inside ourselves with no outlet. If you need an outlet, you need to get an outlet. You need to find an outlet. You need to have, it. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to tell everybody that thinking something wrong to speak up and say what's on their mind. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If a motherfucker tell you it is, that's just because they don't have the heart to do it, or they be on some other bullshit or whatever. But I do say, Richard, I appreciate our talks. They be funny as hell. They be serious, all wrapped into one in a portion of a pear tree, and I appreciate that. Don't ever think I don't when I do.
Well, thank you. And this, damn, this last segment of yours, that's so good. I might have to put it out as a snippet. Even though you ended it with Chester child molester reference in there, but I'll let the R.
Hey,
Kelly thing slide.
I don't know what he do in his private life. I just know he gave me, I think I can fly. And I jumped that day. I grabbed the rim. Didn't dunk, but I grabbed the rim that day.
I ain't mad
That
at
was a
you.
gracious day. Wasn't in
All
no
right.
J's though, but I did it.
Well, I want to thank everybody for listening to another episode. We really appreciate it. And like I always tell everybody, stay positive, stay blessed. Kevin, take us on home.
All right, everybody. Hey, have a good one. It's Wednesday. What is it, about 7 o'clock or something or whatever? Shit, if you got a cold one, pop it, drop the top. Just enjoy the day the best way you can. Remember, holler at your boy, but don't yell.
Later.